2, 1. Da-doom, da-doom. Polls. Publish now. What is up, Facebook world? Let me share this. This is always the most exhilarating 45 seconds of my podcast. All right. Finally, a non-NFL episode post. All right. What is up? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of the What Had Happened Was podcast. It is Thursday, October 11th. If you're listening to this on the podcast, we're recording Wednesday, October 10th, currently 7:15 up here in Skycam 12. The weather's looking kind of muggy, but we do have the remnants of Hurricane Michael potentially coming through the mid-Atlantic region and a potential temperature drop on Saturday. This weekend, you're looking at fall weather, guys. So get your pumpkin spice and get your coffee. Any kind of pumpkin latte, pumpkin cheesecake, whatever pumpkin thing you basic bitches want or need, it will go well with the weather on Saturday. All right. If you've listened to the podcast, I spend a lot of time in the doghouse, and I put myself there squarely in the doghouse last weekend, and I can't even. There was no getting around it. That I owned it. I ate it. I deserved to be there. I belong there. But at some point, I think as a husband, you get comfortable there, and you end up. Not that you don't care, but it's like, all right, we're here again. This is where I'm living. This is where life is for the next 3 or 4 days. As long as I just kind of, keep things homeostasis, it can't get worse. We can only go up from here, just got to maybe go grab a glass of water, make sure that I don't leave my shit laying around in the floor, just find a reason to not piss off the missus. And you can usually work your way out of the doghouse. There's no way it can get worse. So you've set the bar low. And when you set the bar low, everybody knows it's real easy to hop over that bitch. You don't want to set it like Olympic level high jump because that's just insanity. Now you got to do that the rest of your life. That's like the guys that try too hard when they were dating the girl and they set these insane expectations like roses on the first date, candies on the second date, this on the third date. Who knows what? I don't even know because I'm that terrible at dating, but you just want to set the bar as low as possible so that you can always continue to jump that hurdle. And then when you do something nice, it seems like it's some epic gesture and she just can't get enough of it. And yes, I just said epic. I should be punched in the mouth for that. Who the fuck am I? That's why I'm in the doghouse, because apparently I talk like a 22-year-old frat boy. It's epic, man. It's epic when you make a nice gesture for your wife. But anyway, I'm in a doghouse because I guess it was 2 weekends ago now. Lindsay had planned to go to some fall fest, which I despise. I don't like corn pits. I don't like corn mazes. Basically, if there's corn involved, unless it's on the cob and I'm putting it in my face hole, I don't like it. There was like a spider web. There was an exotic petting zoo. And on Saturday night, she had said, "Hey, can we do this?" I said, "Yes, I'm down. Let's go. I'm in. We'll do it." What ended up happening, though, was that one of the Madden leagues I'm in, the commissioner was moving and didn't have internet access. So he needed someone to run the draft. And if anybody knows anything about Madden, the draft is one of the most important things of the season. Like, it's important for your team. It's almost as important as real life. Like, it's more, actually, according to my wife, it's more important than my family because I chose to help moderate the draft over going to wherever it was that they were. I think Givens, something like that. I forget what it was called, but wherever it was that they went, I did not go, and I stayed home and I moderated this Madden draft because I had to hit pause for a couple trades. I had to skip people that weren't there. It was really intense. I really thought I was stepping up and doing a solid for the league, but apparently I was shitting on my family by not doing that. And I fully admit that it looked from all outside appearances that I chose a video game over my family, but I didn't. What I did was I took I weighed the options. My family's only 3 people. There's 30 other people in my Madden league. I didn't want to let 30 other people down so that I could watch my kids roll around in some dusty corn, And then there was an exotic petting zoo. Apparently there was a ball python. We have one, literally have one in our living room. Like the kids can 100% pet it whenever they want. It's not an exotic petting zoo. It's just the goddamn living room. There was a chinchilla, which apparently is exotic. You can go to PetSmart and pet them, which is a great trip for little kids, by the way. It's better than the zoo. You take your kid to PetSmart, let them look at the turtles or Petco or whatever one's close to you. Whichever one you want to go to. You let the kids look at the turtles, let the kids look at the chinchillas. You see an iguana, see a chameleon. They think it's fucking phenomenal. You just killed 45 minutes to an hour literally walking around a pet store trying to buy dog food for your dogs that apparently tear their ACLs, which we call it an ACL, but dogs don't have ACLs. I did a lot of research on this recently because my dog tore her CCL, her canine cruciate ligament, I believe it is, which is the equivalent to our ACL, our anterior cruciate ligament. Not to be confused with the PCL or the MCL. The ACL is the most widely recognized and one of the more important for stabilizing the knee. So I think vets have taken the nomenclature and said, oh, humans know when they tear their ACL, it's a big deal. So instead of calling it what it is, we'll just call it an ACL so that humans get freaked out about it. So your dog tore their ACL. Okay, fuck. What do we have to do to make this right? Because I don't want my dog, to go lame. So I did, of course, what every human does. I went to Google because why would you trust a veterinarian? They've only went to school to specialize in it. Google can tell me in 35 seconds what I need to do with my dog. Obviously, that's much more scientific and much more legitimate than, what the vet can tell me. Anyway, it's going to be $300 to $400 for an X-ray, and then probably about $2,000 for a surgery. So it's $2,500 for an ACL surgery. And not to mention, apparently, ACLs in dogs are pretty, I guess you could say, genetic defects. So it's pretty high probability that if the dog tore one, they're going to tear the other one. It's like 60 to 70% chance, or 60, 70% likely, more likely if your dog tore one of their CCLs, they're going to tear the other CCL. I'm calling it a CCL. I'm not calling it an ACL. This is not an ACL. It doesn't have an anterior cruciate ligament. It's a CCL. I don't know. Anyway, my dog's not worth $2,500. I don't know how you guys feel about your dog. If you're willing to pay $2,500 for a dog surgery, that's fine. I don't know who you are. You probably let your dog kiss you on the mouth like a weirdo. You probably get your dog a little mini ice cream when you go to Dairy Queen or McDonald's. Oh, by the way, Fifi's in the car. Can I please have a side cup for her? And then you get mad when they charge you $1.89 for it. Like it should be free. It's not free for my kids. Why is it free for Fufu? Anyway, $2,500 for my dog is not happening. I don't even, genuinely, like, this is terrible to say, but I don't even care if it was life-saving. Like at $2,500, she would just go to doggy heaven or wherever it is dogs go. Apparently, when I was little, we had a movie that told me all dogs go to heaven. So that's where all dogs go, because Disney wouldn't lie to me, especially if you're like a dirty mutt looking dog who, I don't know, did good things, but was kind of like poor. So your life was shitty, but you had to do weird things to get by, but you were really a good guy. So you end up in heaven. Anyway, my dog at $2,500, even if it was for life-saving surgery, would end up in heaven. And if I'm an asshole for that, then I'm an asshole. It wouldn't be the first time I've been called an asshole. I'm fully admit I'm an asshole, but I'm not paying $2,500. I wouldn't even pay $2,500 for a television. And I watch TV every day. I use it every day. I guess I pet my dog every day. Kind of. I say hi when I come home and kick it out of the way when it's trying to isn't that terrible? Like, my dog is excited to see me when I get home, and I'm like, oh, this fucking thing. Shit, get out of here. But no, I mean, I'd be sad when my dog goes, but I'm not going to be $2,500 sad. Like I'll be like that Woody Harrelson gift, just wiping my tears with the money that I didn't spend on the dog surgery. I would spend $2,500 on a riding mower, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do that. The house that we're soon going to be breaking ground on has about an acre of land, and I don't think I can push mow it with a 20-inch push mower anymore. I mean, I could. It'd just take me 4 fucking hours. I guess that's like the equivalent of playing golf. Like instead of saying, "Oh, I'm going to play golf," honey, I say, "I'm going to mow the lawn," and then I don't have to worry about my wife and kids for like 4 hours. I'm just fucking mowing the lawn. Don't bother daddy. He's mowing the lawn. Actually, maybe I don't need. Maybe I don't need a riding lawnmower now that I think about it. I'll just get the old push mower, push her real nice and slow, nice, just nice steady pace, one step at a time. Yeah, I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want the grain to be uneven. I don't want to have to redo anything, retrace my steps. So maybe it will just take me 5 hours to mow the lawn, and I'll do it every other day. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. That's where I'm. What else do I have time to? I mean, I have time to be on Facebook, time to do a podcast. I have 5 hours a week to mow the lawn. Why not? Speaking of Facebook, does anybody else have to temper their likes? So obviously, most people scroll Facebook, some more than others. I fully admit. What did I just do? Okay, I fully admit that I scroll some. Some I'm not going to say some days. Most days I scroll more than the average, probably 30 whatever I am, 34-year-old male. I'm a little bit more of a lady in that sense. I like the social media. I like the likes. I can't, yeah, I mean, is that evident that I like the likes and the views? I don't know why I've been posting my podcast that should be on a podcast streaming app on Facebook for no other reason than the fact that it gets more eyeballs and more ears. It's complete nutter narcissism. Like, oh, I think more people want to hear me ramble on about my shit and my whining and my bitching and complaining. So let me try to put this in front of as many eyes and ears as possible, as opposed to just on the podcast where people who want to listen to it can listen to it. Now, everybody who's scrolling through their Facebook feed has to come up to my ugly mug. And if they have the speaker, auto tune to go on, auto tune, whatever happened to T-Pain? That fucking guy disappeared. I heard he was a really good singer even without auto tune. But I think On a Boat was one of my first really T-Pain doesn't take himself that seriously kind of moments, because I thought he took himself way too seriously. And then once he did I'm on a Boat with Lonely Island, Andy Samberg and those guys, I had a completely different view of T-Pain. I apparently just going on SNL changes my attitude. Unless you're Kanye West and you turn into a full-on crazy person. Like, it's fine to support a presidential candidate or a president, whoever. Support who you want to support. But don't, I guess, hijack a television show and talk about how you were bullied into not wearing a MAGA hat when you wore it the entire show, and then they let you speak your mind for like 10 to 15 minutes after the show and release clips of it. So it's not as if they were trying to silence you. It's not as if they bullied you, made you take it off. Like, you had a full audience, full support. I don't know if it was full support, but it's not like they edited off your hat. It's not like they CGI'd the MAGA hat off his head. It was on there, full sight, full to see. Like, I don't know what Kanye is. He's always been a little unhinged, and he's just a different character. We'll put it that way. I love his music. I still will listen to a lot of his music. It's hard to rationalize how you got bullied when you had literally a national television audience and you were able to wear the hat. I just don't understand how you got bullied. It's kind of like some of these people that make like the Me Too stuff about them. Like, they're so excited to tell their own story, but just because it's about them, like, oh, once on the subway, some guy grazed my butt and then I felt violated. Like, I get it that all women deal with sexual harassment every day pretty much, but that's probably not. You shouldn't have done that for some hearts on tweeter hearts on the tweeter. Just keep that one to yourself. That's kind of, goes against what we're trying to talk about here. Now, I get it. By the way, I'll put a link to this video I saw. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this woman's playing, a ukulele, a mini guitar. I don't know what you would call it, but she sings a pretty funny song about, you know, how people have been saying guys have it hard now. It's hard. Oh, yeah, him too. Guys can't go on solo dates, like all this bullshit. A girl put a really, really funny, witty video out about that. I'll put a link to it on the What Had Happened Was podcast page after this. But go ahead and check that out when you get a minute. It's pretty funny. If you are like Kanye and you're a MAGA supporter, you probably will not find it as funny. But, you know, funny's funny. Yeah, I try to listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, a lot of Bill Burr, and those guys are I mean, they're definitely left-wing guys. There's like no doubt about it. They're California guys. They're full on, you know, allow drugs, allow these things, down with corporations. Like they're full on left-wing guys, but they're more of a, I guess you could say, they don't want to deal with the bullshit of it. So they have in some crazy way become fucking like centrist or right wing, I guess you could say, in the past like year and a half, which is the craziest thing. Like the left wing is getting farther. It's becoming basically like the Tea Party was when Obama was in office. Like, remember when the Tea Party came and like regular Republicans were like, holy fuck, these guys are crazy. And then they started winning elections and they were like, holy fuck, I have to pretend I'm just like one of them. And that's what they did. That's what Democrats are doing now. They're like, holy fuck, Bernie Sanders is crazy. Wait, he's winning votes. Shit, I got to act like him now. It's just fucking nuts. There's no middle anymore. We're so polarized. It's probably not going to get any better anytime soon. I don't know why I'm talking about it on the podcast, but it like me talking about it on the podcast isn't going to make it better, but I do think there's a silent majority that died somewhere in between the two polls that doesn't get talked about. It's like you have Fox News, then you have MSNBC, Huffington Post, blah, blah, blah. CNN's pretty neutral, but they're obviously more liberal. And there's just this silent majority that's pretty centrist that just doesn't get any kind of, because it doesn't play on the radio. Like it's much better to see some weird guy kicking an anti-abortion woman in the face, which fuck that guy. I mean, look, I'm all for pro-choice, but I'm not going to go around kicking fucking people who are picketing outside of Planned Parenthood. I might yell shit at them, like get a life, go home, but I'm not going to fucking roundhouse them in the face. That guy, I think he's going to get some serious assault charges, and it's well deserved. But what I've been cracking up about lately is I guess Paul Ryan has basically been saying like, oh, you know, someone's going to get killed. The left wing is starting to ramp up their attacks. They're chasing people out of restaurants. Blah 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 blah. Someone's going to die. Someone did die in Charlottesville last year, and apparently we just fucking forgot about that. It's already happened, and it wasn't anybody's like fault other than this polarization and this I guess you could say acceptance and mainstreaming of this alt-right, far-right, fucking neo-Nazi white supremacy is basically all you can say. Someone died because of it. And these like senators have the nerve to say, oh, someone's going to die because of chasing Ted Cruz out of a restaurant. No one's going to die because they didn't get to eat a fucking filet mignon at some steakhouse in DC. Someone is going to die because they got run over by a fucking car in Charlottesville. That'll happen. Man, why do I always end up on this? What I wanted to talk about was scrolling through Facebook, which is how I think more people now actually take this podcast in. I think most people actually take this in through Facebook. What I wanted to say was when you're scrolling through, I found myself hesitating to like things because I don't want to feel like a stalker. Like I'm scrolling through and I'll see, oh, someone posted this 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, fuck, I can't like that. They literally just posted that 2 minutes ago. I look like a goddamn stalker. Or there's like no likes or no comments on it. I'm like, I'll come back to that in a half hour and maybe I'll comment then or I'll like then. Maybe it's my self-consciousness. I don't really like care if people judge me, but for some reason I don't want to seem like a fucking Facebook stalker. Like, oh, you posted that 1 minute ago. I have actual updates that tell me when you post, like, heart. Let me comment on that one real quick, because there are some people that I think the Facebook algorithm like pops up in my news feed more because I comment more on their stuff. So anytime I see a post, even if I want to like it, I have to check how long ago it was posted, just because I can't consciously do it unless it's been up for at least like 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes is kind of my my go-to there. I'll give it 3 minutes, and then I feel like, okay, I gave it enough time. Now I can like that one. But what? Yeah, anyway, when I was talking about being judged, it's funny how as humans we kind of only think on our own frame of mind. So my frame of mind is that I I think everyone's judging me and I just don't give a shit. So with that, I judge the shit out of everyone because in my opinion, everyone's doing it and no one gives a shit. But in reality, people actually care if you're judging. And I don't even know that I'm judging you. Like, let's say you drink Pink's Infidel. Yeah, that's probably a little bit, yeah. Or you think that ketchup is an acceptable condiment to put on your hot dog. Yeah, I'm probably judging you, but I'm still going to eat a hot dog with you, or I'm still going to drink a bottle of Pink Zinfandel with you. I have no problem doing that, but I'm going to at least tease you about it. Or if your jeans are a little too tight, maybe you got some rips in your jeans that were like you bought them pre-ripped and a lot too tight, and then like you got a new haircut that was a little too trendy for your age, like you're 38, but you got like the Cristiano Ronaldo buzz going on. Like, yeah, I'm going to tease you and it's going to come across like jealousy because I got no fucking hair. That's fine. But just know that, yes, I am judging you, but I don't care if that makes sense. I don't care if you judge me. Please judge me. Like, oh man, that guy's got pit stains in his white t-shirt that he's on Facebook talking on video. And he has pit stains, or he's cursing, or he's saying nasty things. What a jackass. Yeah, I get it. I get all of those things. I just don't give a shit. You can judge me. And that's why I think I judge other people as much as I do, because I feel like, oh, I don't care if people judge me. They must not care if I judge. I have to realize that that's not always the case. Maybe you're judging me because my speakers never work. And it's annoying that my speakers never work. So now I'm going to have to reset this again. Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice. All right, we're back. There we go. I have to be silent for a few seconds for when I get this on the actual podcast. Yes, I'm judging you, and just like you should judge me for that fuck up just then. Like, how's this guy been doing a podcast for over a year, and he still can't figure out why in the middle of every episode, without fail, it sounds like he's talking underwater. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Trust me, I'm with you. I think I'm a pretty big piece of shit for letting it happen myself. But what am I going to do? I'm just going to have to be a piece of shit with shitty audio. That's all I can do. Is just be that guy. I'm already in the doghouse with the wife. I don't care that you think I'm a shitty podcast host. I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to continue to do it. What was that? Oh, speaking of Facebook posts, can we stop with this? Like, all right, I have kids. I overshare their pictures. I overshare their stories. I get that. Like, I understand that aspect of being a parent. Like, you want to share that with other family that may not be around, or, distant cousins or whatever, or just for the likes. Let's be honest. You're doing it for the likes. I get it. I do it too. Anyway, what I can't get over is these posts that are like gushing and glowing about how much you love your kid and you're over the moon excited about this, your baby, or the only thing that should be over the moon is the fucking cow when he jumped over the moon, and the fork chased a spoon or whatever else is. It's the only thing that belongs over the moon. I don't want your emotions over the moon. I don't want to hear, like, we get you love your kid. If you didn't love your kid, you'd have probably drowned him in a bathtub 6 months ago. We understand that you love your kid. Just please don't put these gushy, sappy posts about them and how great they are and how smart they are, because they're probably a pretty intelligent kid, and they're probably a really nice kid, and they're probably really well mannered. But also, no one really cares how much you like your kid. I care about funny stories like, oh, Johnny put peanut butter all over the carpet. Awesome. Share away. And if you're taking advice from me on what to post, I don't know. I'm a big fucking hypocrite is what it is, because I'll post whatever the fuck I want about my kids and think it's actually noteworthy. But really, it's for the likes. Please hit like on any picture or post, a heart, a laughing thing, whatever it is you want to put on there. I don't care. Just acknowledge it somehow. Please acknowledge me. It would mean a lot to me if you acknowledged me. But I don't understand it. Like, we get you love your kid. Who wouldn't love their own kid? Like, if you don't love your kid, there's an issue. So don't post about how much you love your kid, and also don't post about how much you hate your kid and you're going to kill them tonight. Please don't. I don't want to hear that either. That's sad. That's depressing. It's not good. I watched too much ID channel that I'd feel bad that I didn't like call the cops. I'd end up on like the ID channel myself. Like, he did have a Facebook post that said if his kids asked for one more goddamn gummy bear, he was going to rip their fucking heads off. And then he didn't rip their heads off, but he did shoot them in the face 3 times. So that wasn't good. All right, that got dark as shit. Let's try to pull this podcast out of that hole. I don't know how you come back from that one. Don't think you can. Oh, okay. We're talking about killing kids. Let's talk about tasing kids. So, local high school in Sussex County. Apparently, a kid was tased. There were rumors flying around, all like from the kid had a gun to there was a fight and he tried to grab the cop's gun to he was just kind of being disorderly and they fucking tased him. So who really knows what actually happened aside from the kids in the cafeteria? But the statement that the district put out was that there was no weapon involved, which made it even more strange to me that a kid was fucking tased and didn't have a weapon. Like, so I work I don't even know how much I can talk about my job, but let's put it this way. I work in a facility for at-risk youth, and there's multiple days where they are angry and they are very upset to the point of getting physical with either one another, inanimate objects. That's usually their go-to: trees, walls, desks. Their favorites seem to be desks. They like to flip the shit out of them. They're like the fucking Real Housewives. They're just looking for a table to fucking flip over. That's my kids. My kids are basically underpaid, uglier Real Housewives. And that I don't get me wrong. I'm not calling my students ugly. I hope I didn't offend anyone with that. But they're basically just Real Housewives, just not on television and getting paid 6 figures an episode to fucking flip a table. My kids can flip tables with the best of them. They go, come across the table, they'll flip a table. I mean, they really need. I'm actually going to fucking call Bravo or E or whichever one it is. See if I can't get my kids a couple grand an episode for fucking freaking out. What's her name? Teresa on whatever Real Housewives of New Jersey. She's in goddamn jail now. She's probably still going to come out on top, making shit ton of money because her and her husband, I think, were not paying taxes. Mike, the situation, going away for not paying taxes. Abby from Dance Moms, not paying taxes, going away. Pay your fucking taxes, people. Jesus Christ. It can't be that hard. Like, I get it that the U.S. government takes a nice chunk out of your paycheck the more you make, but just fucking pay. It's got to be better than sitting in basically adult daycare for 8 months, which is what tax evaders and those like white collar criminals go to. They go to day camp for adults. Like, let's be real, they're not really even behind bars. They're like walking around on a fucking lawn. Yeah, Martha Stewart was like out sitting on a bench every goddamn day knitting. Oh yeah, that seems real rough. Her money's still making money in the bank. Then she doesn't care. She just couldn't be on fucking lawn and garden television or what. I don't even know what channel she's on. The ABC Family. I don't know what channel her shit comes on. But all I know, she couldn't be on there for 8 months. Whoopity fucking do. She was probably getting residuals, sitting there, knitting, laughing. These fuckers are feeding me. I'm good. Anyway, pay your taxes. And if you're listening, Ian Bravo, come talk to me. I will be the manager for all my students. We'll get some shit on the television. I only tell that story about where I work because I've watched multiple students like have full-on freakouts and be de-escalated and be redirected. Now, sometimes it took a while and sometimes there was a shit ton of destruction. And I get that in a much bigger setting, there are more things that can go wrong, more kids. So I was not there. I cannot fully question what the SRO, school resource officer, did. He clearly made the right choice in his mind. The district released a statement saying they agreed that he made the right choice. So who the fuck am I? Just some idiot who thinks that all police are bad, pretty much is what people think, which I don't think. But when we're out here killing innocent people, well, I shouldn't say innocent, unarmed people, we might have to reevaluate what we're doing. And in some cases, innocent. And some, I believe, are good people. Was that my Donald Trump moment? They're sending their rapist, and some, I bet, are good people. No, some are innocent, and they fucking get shot and killed. But this kid just got tased. And there were actually people that said, well, at least he didn't get shot. Like, that's a fucking, like, oh, okay. Is that how far we've come in our country? That you got tased by the police, but at least you didn't get shot? Count your lucky stars, buddy. Could have been way worse for you. You could have got gunned up and clapped quick. Back, right in the fuck, 2 to the chest. Done. Maybe 1 to the head. Sprinkle some crack on them. We're out of here. I don't know. Well, I just don't know because I wasn't there, but I like speculating. Fuck it. It's more fun to speculate. If I were there, it'd be boring because I would know what went down. I would know what happened and I wouldn't be able to speculate. But I can't imagine it was necessary. That's all I'm saying. I've seen kids freak the fuck out and I've never seen a taser deployed on any one of my students. I've seen them arrested right in front of me, but I've never seen a taser deployed ever. I just don't get it. But my students are also more used to dealing with the police, so maybe that's the thing. They're like, "Oh, okay, I know what to do here. You want me to turn around, lay down on the ground, put my hands behind my back? Okay, got you. Did this 2 Thursdays ago." So I don't know. Maybe that's one of the reasons, one of the mitigating factors, if you will. But I'm just against the tasing of students in school, especially because that's got to be a bit of a fuck up for the other kids in the cafeteria. Like, holy shit, you guys see Jonathan get tased? I'm seeing eat my chicken nuggets. Like, well, am I gonna get tased? I better eat my flying saucer properly. Fucking, this guy might just shoot me in the 1,000 volts of electricity. I don't know how many volts it is. Please don't text me that. Oh, it's actually 272 volts, and it's the wattage that can kill you, and the volts will stun you. But the best thing to watch are those drug addicts when they get tased and they just fucking eat it. Like they're getting tased. You could tell the cops on full blast, like, and the guy's just like fucking walking through it like the Terminator and Terminator 2, like, just fine. And then the ones that just get knocked out cold, they're pretty funny too. There's like, they fucking get paralyzed. Apparently it works better on people with more muscle. The electricity travels better through muscle. It tenses up the muscle. The fatter you are, the less likely you are to have that fucking paralysis from the taser. So I'd be good. I'm like a goddamn beluga whale. I just get tased, just keep walking, eat my Snickers bars. Fucking can't phase me, but you can tase me in the, and people will say, well, at least he wasn't shot. And what are you gonna do? But if you want to shit on me, you should talk to my wife because she does a really good job of shitting on me. So here we go with the goddamn microphone again. What is going on? Fix it? Did that fix it? I don't think it did. What is this shit? This is annoying. Oh my god. I get in a groove, I get going, and then the goddamn microphone goes. I just don't know what to do. The microphone goes. Anyway, so you know how I was talking about I'm in the doghouse. That night after I was put in the doghouse, Lindsay, she's pretty good. I'll give her that. She's definitely she can cut you deep. She can cut you deep. She was like she was I don't know what. So I drink coffee at night after dinner. I usually make it since I'm with my parents, I or my mother usually make a pot of coffee, and my roomie, my mom, make a pot of coffee and after dinner coffee. So I hadn't brushed my teeth yet at night. So we're laying in bed, and Lindsay was like, have you ever seen somebody like that fucking swirls around the wine and then they drink it? So I was drinking coffee, turned to her, started talking, and she says to me, like she's fucking a breath connoisseur, your breath smells like chocolate and coffee and shit. I was like, wait, what? She was like, your breath smells like shit. And I was like, how did we go from chocolate to coffee to shit? And then I realized that one, she hates my guts right now. Two, she's Probably right, because I hadn't brushed my teeth since 8 o'clock in the morning. I ate dinner. I drank coffee. I actually did have some chocolate. I had I forget what the hell I had. It was something chocolate after dinner. I want to say it was the donut, the chocolate covered Entenmann's donut. But if you've ever been to my house in the past 15 years, you know there's chocolate covered Entenmann donuts in this house pretty much at all times. I had a chocolate covered Entenmann's donut, coffee, and shit. Apparently, I ate a plate of Ron Burgundy cat poop because my wife, like I said, it was like as if she was like a wine connoisseur. She was like, "Is that chocolate? Yeah. Coffee? Yeah." And straight your mouth smells like the toilet bowl. Is basically what she told me. She basically told me I had garbage mouth. And I don't know what it is about when, but it hurts 10 times worse. Like if someone else says, ugh, you need to shave, it's like, ah, yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll go shave in a couple days. If your wife tells you, you might need to shave, you pretty much do it right then and there. Because if your wife is telling you that, she's telling you look like shit. Or she'll just tell you straight up, you look like shit. You need to either go to sleep, shave, brush your teeth because it smells like coffee and shit, and you look like shit. Apparently, we say the word shit a lot in my house. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know if wives realize how hard their words hurt. They hurt and they cut deep and they last. I'll remember that shit dig. Probably I've been self-conscious about my breath for the last 2 weeks. Like I won't even look people in the eye. Like I turn my head when I talk to people now because my breath smells like straight poop. Don't talk to me. Don't come within 6 feet of me because I smell like turds. Apparently in my mouth, and that's what it smells like. So I've been self-conscious now for almost 2 weeks, and now that I'm talking about it on the podcast, I'm probably going to be self-conscious about it for another week. So I guess I'm lying when I say I don't care if you're judging me. I care very deeply, especially when it's my wife. She won't listen to this, so it doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want when it comes to her because I think she may have listened to 2 of these podcasts, and she was on both of them. So I'm pretty safe there. She's not going to listen to it unless one of you jackasses tells her about it. But yeah. So my wife said my breath smells like shit. I've now been paranoid about it. I think that's about where we are. So that's where we'll end it. My breath smells like shit. I'm in the doghouse, still trying to work my way out. But guess what I have tomorrow? Another Madden game. So she's at work. I'm going to try to shit before she gets home and pretend like, oh, yeah, I gave the kids a bath. We did Sloan's homework. Like I'm going to do a bunch of shit before I play the game. So like when she gets home, I can pretend like I had a super productive day and she'll never know that I actually played a game of fucking Madden. You fucking loser. Are you going to play some fake ass football? It's not fake. I'm really playing it. Like I'm actually really doing it. I'm really controlling. It's not fake. It may be digital, but it's not fake. Learn your fucking words, lady. See how tough I am on this podcast? You think I'd ever say that to her face? Yeah, I would. I'd do it. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to do these every Wednesday. I have kids soccer practice on Thursday, so Thursdays are out. I forget what happens on Tuesdays. I think I have like a couple different things. I have like a parent night coming up. Then I have parent teacher conferences. So the Tuesdays are out for a while. So it looks like Wednesday. I'll post them on Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And it's been a while since I said it. So go titty fuck yourselves.